Wow, wow, wow. So it is another weekend. So it is a weekend preview and predictions. So if this is your first time watching my video, I want you to subscribe, hit that notification bell for you to get any of my videos once I upload. And I want you to comment and like because it will help a lot, and if possible I want you to share so it can reach to others. So wow, I want us to dive into today's matches and fixtures. I know that it will be this. I think this is the last match for them to go for the international break. As we all know, they will be playing the international break, the countries friendlies and all those stuffs. So I want you people to follow me for more and more and more. Wow. So they've already played some matches. I wasn't able to talk earlier about those matches, but well, there are still other very good matches that we can talk about, very important matches. So first, we can see that Man U lost. Man U drew with Brighton. It was a 2-2. Yes, Brighton is not an easy team. It's a very strong team as well. As we all know, Brighton is not just an easy team. There are a lot of good players that are coming from Brighton. So Man U couldn't even hold on to their victory, and they drew to Brighton. And also, we can see that Liverpool lost their match against Liverpool lost to Brighton, sorry. So Bournemouth versus Man U drew to Bournemouth, and Liverpool lost to Brighton. And so we can see that Brighton is not just a small team. So don't joke with Brighton. They came with a lot of fire, and now I think that Arsenal is on his way out. So Liverpool lovers or Liverpool fans, you should be careful. Look for another coach. And now let us talk about strong or hard or very interesting matches that are about to come on. Yes, first I want us to talk about the Chelsea match. Wow. Yes, champions of Europe, the world champions. Now Chelsea have been facing or going through a lot recently. We can see that their last 2 or 3 matches they have lost and even drew. So it is something that Chelsea have suffered losses and draws recently. So it is something, and some of their players which are as well under injury, players like Chalobah, players like Reece James, their captain, and one of their useless next captain, or their next captain, which is Enzo Fernandez, during the interview saying rubbish. How can you say such a thing after losing a match? Instead of you to encourage your players, you are saying you don't even know if you will continue playing in the club. So it is something very wrong. You didn't act well. Enzo Fernandez, Chelsea fans, you people should talk to Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez is not a type of player. He's not a world-class player. If he has won the World Cup, it doesn't mean he's a world-class player. So the way he spoke was very wrong. What about if other players like Kopama speak the same way of the club? So what Enzo Fernandez did was very wrong. So they have to put him on the bench if possible. Maybe his place will be missing. So yes, so Chelsea versus Everton. Wow, a very tough match that will be played. But I don't think because the last time Chelsea won Everton, I think it was in the year 2022. Yes, and Chelsea won, I think, is it 2-1 or so? Wow, I think you all know. So now, and Chelsea have not won against Everton for a very long period now. So today, my prediction, I go for a 2-1 win. Yes, a 2-1 win. Yes, Chelsea to win or probably to draw. But because it will be very difficult for Chelsea to win that match. Yes, I think it will be very difficult for Chelsea because at the way their players are, and maybe the boost and all those things, young players maybe being thought of being paid with high amount of money. Their pay is very huge, so they think that even though they don't do this, they will still be paid. So because of all of those things, they think that even though they lose the match, is nothing. And now you can see that they are even out. If they lose this match, then I don't think they'll be going to the Champions League next season. So Chelsea, they want to win, and also Everton will also want to keep their stand. So Chelsea is in a very big or near the, if not to be in the fire, I think they are close to fire. So they don't want to drop to the Conference League and so all of that. So Chelsea want a win. And for my prediction, I think Chelsea may win 2-1. So that's my prediction for the Chelsea match. And now let us move on to another very interesting match, which is in the La Liga. Or before that, I want us to talk about the Carabao Cup. Wow, Carabao Cup. You know, there is something between Pep Guardiola and Mikel Arteta. These two coaches have dominated the English Premier League for the whole of last and this season, if not for the whole of the 2 or 3 seasons now. Because what Arsenal has done, for Arsenal to go to the Champions League or perform in all of the competitions, UEFA Champions League, the EPL, the other leagues, the FA Cup and other leagues, they don't win anything. You play without achieving anything. So what is the need? And after losing, they say that after all, we are still in the UEFA Champions League. And after they lose or they get defeated in the Champions League, they say that we are still in the EPL. And after the season ends, they say we'll try next season. But I think this season they are determined to win something. And as you can see, their style of play and everything that they've been doing this recently in all their matches, they have been unbeaten for about 10 matches now. So you can see that they're really determined to win something this season. Wow. So Arsenal versus Mancity, or Mancity versus Arsenal, any one of them, which you choose. I think for me, my prediction is that Guardiola said it's either heaven loses, because he's not in any title race anymore and he wants to achieve something, or wants the club to achieve something before the season goes out. So I think that match will go on extra time. That match, yes, I think so. Because Guardiola has to win something. There is no way Guardiola will go out of one season without winning anything. So it is something that the club would like to achieve. At least the Carabaocup, it will help the club. So, because even if Arsenal loses at that Carabaocup, it doesn't spoil anything. They are still in the title race. They are still very good in the Champions League. Yes. And so I think they can even make it, yes, to the final of this Champions League, where I'm seeing the things. Except they want to lose guard. That is their business. So for me, my prediction is Arsenal to win, possible win for Arsenal, 2-1 in the final, or maybe they go on PK, yes, extra time and penalty kicks, in which Mancity will win in the penalty kicks. Yes, so that's why I think that's my prediction. Yes, so now we are done with the Carabao Cup. Let us dive into Spanish League. And we know that we also have an interesting match in the Spanish League. Wow. So we have a match between Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid. Real Madrid have been doing very good. Not really very good. They change and off and on. So they are not really stable. Sometimes you see them draw, sometimes you see them win. And so let's say Real Madrid versus Atletico Madrid. Yes, so their first meeting this season, Atletico Madrid won Real Madrid 5-2, and that was the beginning of the end of Xabi Alonso's reign. And so today, Xabi Alonso is no longer in the club, and we know that when he's not there, now we have Real Madrid has Arbeloa, yes. So, and the coach, he has also been doing very good. He has been doing well for his side, and we know, like, other big players like Mbappe, players like Jude Bellingham, players like Caceres, and unfortunately for them, Thibaut Courtois is out. So we know that those players are there and they can do something. Those players are players that have a lot of impact in the club. So let's say, the match will be a little bit difficult, but Atletico is not a club that you can win. You can imagine when they played against Barcelona. They scored Barcelona 4-0, but still they couldn't hold up to that. when they were playing the second leg of their meeting, and Barcelona scored them. But although they still qualified for the finals, yes, and the Kings Cup. So now, for my prediction in the match at Real Madrid versus Atletico Madrid, we know that Real Madrid, they are still in that title race. Yes, they are still in the title race against Barcelona. So for my prediction in that match, I think Real Madrid will win. Real Madrid will win because Atletico is not a club and a beatable club. So Real Madrid will strive to win this match today. And I think it's a 2-1, if not 3-1 at my side. So Real Madrid is a win for Real Madrid. And now let us dive into the last match, which is Barcelona versus Real Vallecano. Wow. Barcelona disgraced Real Vallecano at their side or their first meeting, and it was a disgrace for the end of the other club. You can see that this season, Barcelona has been very bloody. They have been bloody at the Camp Nou. And you know that today they are coming to the Real Vallecano are coming to Camp Nou to play against Barcelona. So now Barcelona has been very, very brutal. When I mean brutal, like no mercy. They don't show mercy to anyone. they like want to give you all the goals. If possible, score 100 goals within the 90 minutes. So that's what Barcelona can do. And so today they'll be playing this match against Real Vallecano. And I believe that it's still a win for Barcelona. Nothing no one will tell me that will change my mind. There's nothing that will attest or that will prove that Barcelona will lose or even draw. So Barcelona is a win for Barcelona.